Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing good. Hope this video turns out pretty good. Today we're going to talk about two foreign movies, or not really movies, but they're TV series. They're basically the same TV series, but they were made in two different countries. This is foreign films. I honestly, I expect 0 people to watch this video, but I thought I'll put this up just in case somebody would like to watch these movies and see them on Netflix. Both of them are TV shows. They're both on Netflix. One's called Let's Go Ghost, and that's the Korean version of the series. And the other one is Let's Fight Ghost, and Let's Fight Ghost is from Thailand. And it just came out this year. Now the Korean version came out in 2016. I saw the Thailand version first before I saw the Korean version. Anyways, this show is basically a mixture of Ghost Whisperer and Ghostbusters. And what I mean by this is that, Ghost Whisperer, she's going around, the character's going around helping ghosts out to get to the other side. And this is basically what this is about, only this guy, he's able to fight ghosts. And so I like to show a clip, and hopefully this doesn't get censored or anything. But I'd like to show you a clip. This is so you would see what I'm talking about. This is probably about as scary as it gets. This does have some scary images, scary scenes, but there's not real scary, probably about PG-13 scary, if that. But they are both comedies. So let's take a look at this, and hopefully this shows up good. I am not a very good when it comes to technology wise. I'm terrible, so we're just going to show this off the TV, and hopefully it goes good. And I'll turn my back to you guys and stop it when it's done. As you can see, it's not too scary. It's a little scary, and this is probably about as scary as a TV series gets. And so, and I'll get into more detail about what this is about here in a moment. And if you didn't see what she said at the end, when it's one after he hit her, she said, "I was just trying to ask you for help, and why'd you have to be so harsh?" And so basically, when he fights ghosts, he literally is able to fight them with his, sorry, putting my tablet away, with his fist. And he can kick him as well. So, I mean, he's literally kind of fighting. So, in a way, it has a little bit of like an anime type of feel to it as well. But yeah, so that's what it's basically about, is him trying to help these ghosts out. Now, the Korean version, so it doesn't really matter where I want to go with this. It doesn't really matter what version you want to watch. They're basically the exact same TV show, like I said before. Each episode is the same, but there are a few, like maybe 2 or 3 episodes are a little different than the other one. All the characters are the same. You got the same characters. There's just a minor twist to each character from each one, and I'll get into this. So basically, the idea is this: you got this guy, and he helps ghosts, I guess, go to the other side. At least that's in the Korean version. But both those shows feature, there's like this evil spirit, and they're trying to get our main character here because he's because only through this main character is this evil spirit able to live a full life, get a body and stuff like that. That's the Korean version, and the Thailand version. The evil spirit's trying to use him to get up his the other demons from hell, kind of thing. So he eventually runs into a female ghost, which I didn't show here, and then they start to fighting ghosts together, and then it kind of turns into like the movie Ghosts, with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. They have like a little romance thing. It doesn't get too weird because then you find out later. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but you'll just find out later that, anyways, you'll probably, once you start watching the movie, you'll end up knowing what's really going on with her. And I probably just gave it up too much right there. Anyways, they fight along, and then they meet these two other guys. He's in school, and they meet these other two little guys who have their own club, and their club's about ghosts. And in the Thailand version, those two characters are really more for comedic. They're there for comedy. This one, and in the Korean version, they're there for comedy a little bit, but they're much more comedic in the Thailand version. And then you have like an Uncle Monk character in both movies, and he's the one who's always telling him to stop fighting ghosts, and he knows more of his backstory on why the demon's going after him. And then you have his human love interest he has that he likes. He has a crush on her. And in the Thailand version, though, her character is a lot more developed and better in the Thailand version than in this version. In the Korean version, it's just there to kind of put doubt that maybe, just give him a love interest. She doesn't really do much for the TV series as much as she does in the Thailand. So why am I sharing this with you? 7 minutes into it. I think that these are really good. They got good aspects and storytelling and some messages that I think are very important. So one is kind of like cyberbullying in this one, and it's both episodes series takes a little different aspect on this. Like the Korean aspect, which is Let's Go Ghost, it takes more of the celebrity aspect. You got the celebrity who's getting criticized online and ends up committing suicide, and then she gets revenge as a ghost against those who harassed her on the internet. And on the Thailand side, you still have the celebrity aspect, but you takes more from the point of view of a fan, and the fan is getting her. Get my thoughts straight. The celebrity is in some kind of scandal, and he's online defending her, and everybody's harassing him, calling him he's an idiot for defending her, that she's a fake and all that stuff. And he commits suicide. So there is like a topic of suicide in this. And he goes after those who harassed her instead. And that one, that's the Thailand version, which is this version right here, which Let's Fight Ghost. And that version I think is a lot better because it talks about more about the dangers of celebrity worshiping. As we find out in that episode that the celebrity doesn't really care about her fans. She kind of uses them, and also like who should be really the priority in your life. And it talks more about the family, your mother and father. His dad's real hard on him and stuff. But it shows why his dad is hard on him because of the love he has for him, and then it gives him a perspective of who's more important or who should be more important in our lives. The other aspect of these, and maybe it's because they're both Asian films, two different countries, but in the same region, is the importance of studying hard in schoolwork. You see, there's multiple episodes of both of these where that plays a key factor, and like wanting to make sure you do good in school so you can get good jobs and do better, and emphasizing of hard work, and maybe too much pressure on the parents on their children to excel. I don't know if that's just a coincidence or maybe that is actual problem over there in those countries about parents being too hard on their children, and this is causing stress for them. And then see, and then another aspect, I think, for me, out of the two shows, if you're gonna watch, I would watch Let's Fight Ghosts from the Thailand. I think it's a better, even though they're exactly the same. I think it's a better series. And then the Korean, just because like I said before, it takes the place of the celebrity, and then it just a lot of stuff makes more sense. So like as you saw in this one, he's able to actually hit Ghost. It actually explains why he's able to actually touch and hit Ghost in the Thailand version. In the Korean version, it's not really explain why he's able to interact with these ghosts or these spirits in this manner. So that's why another version why I like it. And also with one of the characters in the Korean version, you have two characters like in a ghost kind of thing, but in the Thailand version, the character is there for comedy purposes. Thailand War goes. I guess I should explain this a little better. So in this version, they're trying to get them to go to the afterlife. In the Thailand version, I don't not knowing much about any of their culture whatsoever. It's more about helping these ghosts pass on so they can be resurrected. And so in the Thailand version, this guy finds out that there's a ghost that was alive back when he was alive in the past, as another person. And so he's able to, there's something that makes him remember his past life, and that, that ghost was actually, when they were alive, they were actually really close, had a really good romance, and were close together. And so it kind of gave her closure. And so I kind of think that they do a better job with his character development. And in the Thailand version, I just think they do a better job with character development. Like I said, his love interest and the other female main character in this one, she has a lot more in the Thailand version. She's more fleshed out. It's just better made and stuff. So I would definitely, if you're even interested a little bit, I would check out the newer version, Let's Fight Ghost. However, the Korean version does do it better, like with the new ghost, like the ghost that he's fighting with, that has they have a relationship. I think I kind of like the Korean version of her a little bit better. She's a little bit more developed. Actually, now think about it, I really like her character a lot more better, because she actually has a lot of flaws, and that the version of her in the Thailand, she's she's almost perfect. She knows karate, she knows how to fight, she's very smart, and she's everything she does, she excels at. And so there's a part at the end where they get separated, and they could get back together just because she's already really smart. So this has something to do with education. And while the other one, while she can fight and stuff, she struggles with school, with academics, and so and she has other flaws. So she's not the perfect person, unlike she is in the Thailand version. I mean, in the Thailand version, her only flaw is she loves to eat, and both characters got that flaw. They eat all the time. And the Thailand version, she's a little messy, and that's partly about her only flaw, is that she doesn't like to clean up after herself. While the other version, she actually has a lot of more flaws, but they're still both good characters. The main characters, the male character, it's basically the same character in both series. Both series. He's a little bit more likable in this one than he is in the Korean version, which is Let's Go Ghost. But they're basically the same. There's just some very, very minor changes. You probably so minute it's hard to explain what it would be just doing this review. Anyways, man, I didn't realize I was going to talk about 15 minutes. But yeah, so if you like foreign movies and you don't mind reading subtitles and you kind of like ghost stories, I would recommend this. Let's Fight Ghosts and Let's Go Ghost. But I would recommend watching Let's Fight Ghost. It's came out this year, both on Netflix. It's the 2021 version. I think you would enjoy it. They're like 16 episodes. They got it's each episode's about an hour long, which is crazy long. But you know, they're able to really tell a great story, and I think you'll enjoy it. You'll laugh. You'll get a little scared. It's a little scary parts. Nothing bad at all. I hate ghost stories, and I was able to watch this with no problem. I think because the comedy part was able to oversee those things. And then I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day. Bye.